Virgos are often perceived as practical, logical, and organized, qualities that make them stand out in the zodiac. But there's much more to a Virgo than their meticulous nature and sharp intellect. What happens when you cross them? You might think that a Virgo is just a perfectionist or overly critical, but underestimating their depth can lead to serious consequences. Today, we're diving into why Virgo is a sign you should never mess with. In this video, we'll explore the key traits that make Virgo one of the most formidable signs of the zodiac, traits like their precise attention to detail, unwavering loyalty, and their calm yet intense reactions when pushed too far. Virgos may not be the loudest or most aggressive sign, but their quiet strength, combined with their sharp analysis and high standards, makes them a force to be reckoned with. Stick with us, and by the end, you'll understand exactly why challenging a Virgo is a dangerous game. 1. Virgos' precision and attention to detail. Virgos are known for their precision, an almost obsessive need to ensure that everything is in its place and functioning at its best. This isn't just a quirk, it's part of who they are. Whether it's in their personal lives, their careers, or their relationships, Virgos apply a level of care and attention to detail that sets them apart from others. If something is out of alignment, a Virgo will notice immediately, and they won't rest until the issue is fixed. This isn't about vanity or perfectionism for the sake of perfection. Virgo's precision is rooted in a deep desire for things to be correct and efficient. They see the world in a way that highlights both the bigger picture and the small, often overlooked details. Where others might miss a tiny inconsistency, Virgo will spot it right away. And that's not just in physical things, Virgos also have a sharp eye for emotional cues and hidden motives. They can pick up on small changes in tone, body language, or behavior that most people wouldn't even notice. Because of this sharp attention to detail, Virgos are incredibly effective at identifying problems and solving them. Whether it's fixing a logistical issue, helping a friend through a difficult situation, or ensuring that a project is completed flawlessly, Virgos excel in situations where precision is key. Their methodical approach allows them to not only see the bigger picture but also focus on the fine-tuned details that make everything work seamlessly. But here's the thing, when you cross a Virgo or fail to meet their expectations, you're not just dealing with a critical voice, they will dissect everything. Virgos will break down the problem, figure out where things went wrong, and hold you accountable for every small mistake. Their attention to detail means they won't let anything slide. If you've ever been on the receiving end of Virgo's feedback, you know it can be sharp, thorough, and very specific. They don't just tell you what went wrong, they'll outline exactly how it happened and why it needs to be fixed. What makes Virgo's attention to detail so dangerous when crossed is that they use this skill to pinpoint weaknesses and vulnerabilities in people and situations. If they feel disrespected or hurt, Virgo will use their analytical abilities to find the exact moment when things went wrong. They're not impulsive in their reactions, instead, they reflect, analyze, and then respond with precision. You'll never know when a Virgo is quietly processing what you've done until they choose to address it. When they do, it's usually with a calculated approach that leaves you no room to escape the consequences of your actions. This trait also translates into Virgo's work ethic. They are driven by a need to perfect everything they do, whether it's a project, an idea, or a relationship. Their standards are high, and they expect the same from everyone around them. If you can't meet those standards, don't expect them to just let it go. Virgo will not only expect more from you, they'll also show you the right way to do it. And this can be frustrating if you're not up to their level of precision. They will point out errors and shortcomings with a calm but firm demeanor, making it clear that they hold themselves, and you, to a very high standard. Virgo's meticulous nature is a gift in many situations, but when it's challenged or disrespected, it becomes a force that can cut deep. If you mess with a Virgo, you're not just facing someone who's upset, you're facing someone who will take apart everything you've done wrong with exacting detail. They don't just point fingers, they provide a thorough analysis of your mistakes, and when they do, you're left with little room to argue. 2. Virgo's methodical approach and high standards. Virgos are known for their methodical approach to life. They don't make decisions impulsively, and they certainly don't rush into things. Instead, Virgo takes their time, evaluates all possibilities, and works meticulously toward their goals. This approach is grounded in a belief that preparation and planning are the keys to success. For Virgo, every task, no matter how small, deserves careful consideration and a well-thought-out strategy. They have a natural talent for organizing, structuring, and creating efficient systems that ensure everything runs smoothly. One of the hallmarks of Virgo's methodical nature is their ability to think several steps ahead. When confronted with a problem, they don't just react, they analyze the situation from every angle and consider the long-term consequences of their decisions. They don't like leaving things to chance, which is why they'll often go the extra mile to make sure every detail is accounted for. This is what makes them incredibly effective in both their professional and personal lives. Their systematic thinking allows them to see solutions where others might see chaos. However, this same methodical approach also sets Virgo's standards high. They expect perfection, not just from others, but from themselves as well. If you're dealing with a Virgo, it's not enough to simply meet the minimum standard. Virgo will expect you to go above and beyond, always striving for excellence in everything you do. This creates an environment where anything less than the best simply isn't acceptable. Whether it's in the workplace, a project, or even in relationships, Virgos have a natural instinct to set the bar high. They believe that quality and dedication should always come first, and they're not afraid to hold others accountable when those standards aren't met. Because of these high expectations, Virgo can sometimes come across as critical or overly perfectionistic. They're not trying to be harsh, they simply believe that doing things right is important. And if they see someone not living up to their potential or cutting corners, they will call it out. The Virgo's sharp eye for detail means they can spot a flaw or error from a mile away, and they won't hesitate to point it out. This can be frustrating to others who may not share the same level of precision, but for Virgo, it's about ensuring that everything is done correctly. Mediocrity doesn't sit well with them. But here's the thing, Virgo doesn't just hold others to these high standards, they hold themselves to even higher ones. They expect the very best from themselves in every aspect of their lives. If something goes wrong, they won't blame anyone else, they'll take responsibility and work harder to fix it. This commitment to excellence and self-improvement makes Virgo a powerful ally and a formidable opponent. Their high standards drive them to continually better themselves, and when you challenge their ideals or fail to meet their expectations, Virgo will use it as an opportunity to show you how things should be done. This desire for perfection and methodical approach can be seen in many aspects of Virgo's life. Whether it's planning an event, organizing a workspace, or tackling a work project, they are always focused on efficiency and results. Their ability to stay organized, think critically, and execute plans flawlessly makes them a natural leader. If you've ever worked with a Virgo, you've probably noticed their attention to detail and their ability to get things done right the first time. When you mess with their process or fail to meet their standards, you're not just disrespecting their work ethic, you're disrespecting their very approach to life. 3. Virgo's loyalty and dedication. When it comes to loyalty, Virgo is one of the most dedicated signs in the zodiac. While they may appear reserved or cautious at first, once Virgo opens up and forms a bond with someone, they are all in. Their loyalty is unwavering, and they will stand by their loved ones through thick and thin. However, Virgo's loyalty isn't blind, it's earned. They need to see consistency and reliability in the people they care about before they commit fully. If you earn a Virgo's trust, you have their devotion and support for life. Virgos are not the type to make fleeting connections. They take relationships seriously, whether they're romantic, familial, or platonic. When they give their loyalty, they give it wholeheartedly. They are there when you need them most, offering their help, their time, and their energy. But Virgo's dedication doesn't stop at just being present. They go above and beyond, quietly ensuring that the people they care about are taken care of, whether it's offering emotional support, practical help, or advice. Virgo's loyalty is demonstrated through actions, not just words. If you're fortunate enough to be close to a Virgo, you'll find that they are reliable, responsible, and always ready to step up when needed. One of the key aspects of Virgo's loyalty is their ability to stay grounded. They don't get swept up in drama or grand gestures, they prefer to show their loyalty through consistent, everyday actions. They're the ones who quietly check in, make sure things are running smoothly, and offer a helping hand without needing recognition. Virgo is the kind of friend who will organize your life when you're overwhelmed, the partner who will put in the effort to make sure things work, and the family member who quietly does the work that others might overlook. Their dedication to the people they love is both practical and emotional, creating a rock-solid foundation for any relationship. However, this loyalty comes with a high expectation, respect. Virgo does not tolerate betrayal or disrespect. While they may forgive mistakes, repeated disregard for their trust will break their commitment to you. When Virgo is hurt, they won't always show it outwardly, but they will pull back, reassess, and ultimately distance themselves if they feel the relationship is no longer worth their energy. Once a Virgo feels their trust has been betrayed, they are quick to withdraw their loyalty. They won't make a scene, they'll simply remove themselves from the situation, quietly and decisively, leaving the other person to realize what they've lost. Virgo's loyalty also comes with a strong sense of duty. They take their responsibilities seriously, whether to their family, work, or friends. When they commit to something, they see it through. This dedication extends beyond relationships, it's a part of their character. If you push a Virgo's boundaries or try to take advantage of their loyalty, you'll find that they'll draw the line and distance themselves from you without a second thought. Their loyalty is not something to be taken for granted, and once it's lost, it's not easily regained. 4. Virgo's inner strength and emotional control. Virgo may be seen as reserved, meticulous, and grounded, but underneath that composed exterior lies a deep well of inner strength and emotional control. Unlike some signs that wear their emotions on their sleeves, Virgo has an incredible ability to process and manage their feelings internally. Their emotional control is one of their greatest assets, allowing them to remain calm and rational even in the most stressful situations. This ability to maintain composure doesn't mean they're unaffected by the world around them, it means they handle their emotions with purpose and restraint, carefully deciding when and how to express them. One of the reasons for Virgo's emotional resilience is their analytical nature. They don't allow emotions to cloud their judgment. When faced with a challenge, Virgo approaches it methodically, assessing the situation with a clear mind. While others may react impulsively, Virgo takes a step back to reflect before taking action. This control over their emotions enables them to stay level-headed in crises, making them exceptional problem solvers. It's not that Virgo lacks passion or empathy, they just know when to keep those feelings in check to navigate life with more precision. This emotional strength also makes Virgo incredibly self-sufficient. They don't need others to validate their feelings, nor do they seek emotional support unless absolutely necessary. They have the ability to handle their own emotions, even during difficult times. Virgo's inner strength allows them to stay grounded, even when they're faced with uncertainty or personal struggles. They might retreat inwardly to process their emotions, but that's simply their way of regaining balance. Virgo doesn't dwell on negative emotions, they work through them, emerge stronger, and move forward. However, this deep emotional control can also make Virgo appear distant or cold to those who don't understand them. Because they don't openly express their emotions, people might mistake their calm demeanor for indifference. But make no mistake, Virgo feels deeply. They just don't let their emotions dictate their actions. Their ability to control their emotional responses is a source of power, allowing them to navigate relationships, work challenges, and personal difficulties with unmatched resilience. The danger of underestimating Virgo's emotional control is that when they do finally express their feelings, it's often in a way that has a lasting impact. If you push Virgo too far or hurt them in a way that chips away at their emotional stability, they may not react immediately. Instead, they'll quietly withdraw, reassess, and carefully plan their response. When they choose to confront the issue, it will be with a level-headed intensity that is both calculated and deeply emotional, even if it's not immediately apparent. Ultimately, Virgo's inner strength and emotional control are what make them so formidable. While they may not wear their heart on their sleeve, they possess an emotional depth that allows them to manage life's challenges without losing their grip. When Virgo is pushed too far, however, their emotional control can turn into a force of quiet, unshakable power. 5. Virgo's perfectionism and need for control. Virgo's perfectionism is one of the most defining aspects of their personality. It's not just about wanting things to be tidy or aesthetically pleasing. Virgo's perfectionism runs deep, affecting everything they do, from their work to their personal lives. They believe that everything should be done right, to the best of their ability, and anything less is unacceptable. This drive for perfection stems from their strong sense of responsibility, discipline, and a desire to maintain order in their world. The need for control is closely tied to Virgo's perfectionism. Virgo feels most at ease when they have control over their environment, their tasks, and the people they interact with. It's not about wanting to dominate, it's about having a sense of order and structure that allows them to function at their best. When things are out of control, Virgo feels anxious and unsettled. Whether it's in their workspace, their home, or in their relationships, Virgo craves stability and predictability. They thrive when they can anticipate outcomes and know exactly how things will unfold. This need for control can also make Virgo incredibly critical, both of themselves and others. Virgo's high standards mean they won't settle for mediocrity, and they expect those around them to uphold the same standards. If someone doesn't meet their expectations, Virgo won't hesitate to offer feedback, often in a direct and detailed manner. While this criticism is meant to be constructive, it can come across as harsh, especially if the other person doesn't share Virgo's level of commitment to perfection. Virgo's critical eye is part of their need for control. They see the flaws and weaknesses that others miss and feel compelled to correct them. What makes Virgo's perfectionism so dangerous when crossed is their ability to fixate on flaws. If they notice something is wrong or if they feel something is out of place, they won't rest until it's addressed. This can lead to an obsession with getting things right, which can be overwhelming for both Virgo and those around them. They won't tolerate disorganization, chaos, or inefficiency. If you challenge their need for control, whether it's by being late, leaving things incomplete, or failing to follow through on commitments, Virgo will become frustrated. It's not about being bossy, it's about maintaining the order they need to function at their best. When Virgo feels their control is slipping away, they'll do everything in their power to regain it. They'll plan, organize, and structure their world until it's exactly the way they want it. If someone disrupts that balance, Virgo will take action, often with meticulous attention to detail. If you disregard their need for control, you may find that Virgo becomes distant, offering only the most calculated responses as they withdraw and reevaluate the situation. Virgo's perfectionism and need for control are what make them reliable, productive, and highly effective individuals. But when those needs are threatened, they can become relentless in their pursuit of order and perfection. Cross a Virgo, and you'll quickly find that their drive for control and perfection isn't just a trait, it's a powerful force that shapes everything they do. In conclusion, Virgo may be known for their precision, methodical approach, and high standards, but there is so much more to this sign than meets the eye. Their perfectionism, loyalty, and need for control make them a force to be reckoned with when pushed too far. Virgos are deeply dedicated and driven by their desire to maintain order and structure in their lives, and if you cross them, you're not simply facing someone with high expectations, you're facing someone who will not hesitate to hold you accountable for every detail. Their ability to stay calm, assess a situation critically, and take measured action makes them a powerful force in any situation. While Virgo's approach may seem reserved or detached at times, their drive for excellence and fierce loyalty make them incredibly formidable when they feel disrespected or betrayed. So, remember, never underestimate the quiet strength of a Virgo, because when they decide they've had enough, they won't just make their point, they'll make sure you understand why it's a big mistake to mess with them. Have you ever crossed a Virgo or experienced their quiet but powerful response? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and share it with others who might enjoy learning more about Virgo's incredible traits. And make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more astrology insights. We've got plenty more content coming your way, stay tuned for more Zodiac deep dives.